the dance of intimacy, a delicate tango that so many of us stumble through with both grace and trepidation. Today, we delve into the intricate world of avoidance and vulnerability, a topic that reveals more than it hides, a topic aptly titled Avoidance and Vulnerability, What They're Afraid You'll See. Imagine, if you will, a velvet curtain in a grand theatre, drawn shut, concealing a stage brimming with characters eager yet hesitant to take their place under the spotlight. It is the world of those who find solace in distance, a world where vulnerability is the dreaded spotlight they meticulously avoid. Now, let me guide you through this elaborate masquerade, where masks are worn with the finesse of seasoned actors, each concealing the tender fragility that lies beneath. You see, avoidants are the masters of the mysterious, the enigma wrapped in an enigma, and at first glance, they might appear aloof, detached, or even indifferent. But, like the surface of a tranquil lake, there's a depth beneath that stillness, a depth filled with currents of emotion, fears of inadequacy, and a longing for connection that they so studiously hide. Picture, if you will, an old friend of mine. Let's call him Samuel. Samuel was a man of many talents, charismatic, successful, and perpetually composed. He was the kind of man who would enter a room and command attention without uttering a word, a presence that spoke volumes. Yet, when it came to matters of the heart, Samuel was an artist in the subtle art of avoidance. He crafted barriers as beautifully as a painter would his masterpiece, each brush stroke of distance carefully applied to shield himself from the vulnerability of being truly seen. You see, Samuel had an aversion to vulnerability that stemmed from a childhood spent in a home where emotions were kept under lock and key, where the currency of love was measured in achievements rather than affection. And so he learned early on that to be loved was to be perfect, to be invulnerable, to be a fortress unto oneself. It's a tale as old as time, is it not? The child who grows into the adult, perpetually seeking the approval of others, yet fearing the rejection that might come if their true self was exposed. In our conversations, Samuel would often speak in riddles, weaving tales of his latest accomplishments or the newest venture he was embarking upon. But underneath those tales of triumph was a narrative left incomplete, a story of loneliness and longing for a connection that went beyond the superficial. It was in the silences, the pauses between words, that his true self whispered softly, yearning to be heard. And this, my dear friends, is the paradox of the avoidant. They crave intimacy, but fear it in equal measure. Imagine for a moment walking through a gallery filled with portraits, each frame a snapshot of a life, a moment captured in time. Now envision that these portraits are of relationships, each depicting varying degrees of closeness and detachment. In the gallery of avoidance, the paintings are exquisite yet distant, the subjects never quite meeting your gaze, their eyes fixed on some point just beyond your shoulder. They are there, present but not present, engaged yet disengaged, and it is this dance of proximity and distance that they have perfected. But what is it, you might ask, that they are so afraid you'll see? The answer lies in the vulnerability they equate with weakness, the fear that if their true selves are unveiled, they will be found lacking, unworthy of love. They are afraid you'll see the fractures beneath the polished facade, the scars that tell stories of past hurts and rejections. They fear you'll uncover the insecurities that they themselves can barely acknowledge, let alone share with another. It is not that they do not feel. On the contrary, avoidants feel deeply. But they have mastered the art of compartmentalizing those feelings, locking them away in a vault that even they are reluctant to open. They might appear unflappable, but beneath that veneer is a symphony of emotions, each note a testament to their humanity. They fear that by revealing this symphony, they risk being judged, misunderstood, or worse, rejected. In relationships, avoidants often find themselves at a crossroads, torn between the desire for connection and the instinct to protect their autonomy. And this is where the narrative takes an unexpected turn, for it is in the attempt to shield themselves from vulnerability that they inadvertently create the very isolation they fear. It's a tragic irony, is it not? The fortress built to keep others at bay becomes the prison that keeps them isolated. Now, let us not paint the avoidant as the villain in this tale, for they are as much a victim of their own defenses as those who love them. It is a story of survival, of coping mechanisms developed in response to environments that did not nurture vulnerability. And it is here that we must extend a hand of compassion, for beneath the armor lies a heart that longs to be understood, to be accepted without the need for pretense. To truly connect with an avoidant is to embark on a journey of patience and empathy. It requires a willingness to listen not just to the words spoken, but to the silence that follows. It is in this silence that the avoidant speaks volumes, communicating their fears, their hopes, and their desire for a love that transcends the superficial. It is a delicate dance, one that demands understanding and acceptance of their boundaries, even as you encourage them to step beyond the walls they have erected. And so, as we reach the crescendo of this narrative, let us remember that the journey toward vulnerability is not one that is taken alone. It is a shared path, where both partners must navigate the terrain of their own fears and insecurities. For the avoidant, it is a journey of learning to trust, to believe that they can be loved for who they are, imperfections and all. And for their partner, it is a journey of patience, of creating a safe space where vulnerability is not only accepted, but celebrated. In the end, the story of avoidance and vulnerability is not one of tragedy, but of hope. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the capacity for growth and change. It is a reminder that beneath the masks we wear lies the potential for connection that is authentic, profound, and transformative. And so, as the curtain falls on this tale, let us hold on to the hope that with understanding and empathy, we can all learn to dance the dance of intimacy with grace and courage. Thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you, and may your own journey toward vulnerability be one of discovery, healing, and ultimately, love.
If you believe this video might help someone dear to you, share it with them. A small gesture on your part could mean the world to a friend in need.